What's going on, everyone? Hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the Tundra Dude 34 YouTube channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you know every time I put up a video and or a live stream. We would love to have you involved in everything we do here. So today we're going to be doing a favorite of yours. We are going to be hearing from a gentleman named Josh who traded in his Silverado for a Tundra. We're going to get the answers. Why did you do that? The pros and cons of the Silverado. The pros and cons so far on the Tundra. Some things he would do differently with both vehicles. It's a nice long story from Josh. Like I said, these are the videos you guys truly enjoy. And this is great because it's actual intel from people who are coming into the Tundra from another brand or leaving the Tundra to go to another brand. It helps everybody out to see why. Now, one of the things you hear out there is the Tundra is outdated, the gas mileage is terrible. There's a lot better options out there, and that's why I really enjoy making these videos, because at the end of the day, a lot of people come into the Toyota Tundra and they give you their reasons on why they made the trade. And one of the big things we always hear, if you go back and watch all of these videos that I make about folks coming into the Tundra, is the Tundra, two things actually. The Tundra is the best vehicle, the best truck they've ever owned, and if they knew it was this good years ago, they would have been in a Tundra for a long time. So today we are going to look at Josh's situation. If you are someone who has come from another brand into the Tundra or vice versa, please email me, tundradude34@gmail.com. If you would like to tell your stories, I will give you details there. Just shoot me an email and I'll let you know everything you need to send me to make this video. But as of now, let's hear what Josh has to say about trading out of his Silverado and coming over to the Toyota Tundra. Josh says, I really like the Silverado. I had always been a fan of the Silverado trucks, and none of them have ever caused me much grief, or anything that did come up, GM took good care of me. I purchased my 2017 Silverado Double Cab 2LT Z71 in April of 2016, I believe it was. I fell in love with the color, deep ocean blue metallic, and it came with the 5.3-liter V8 and the 6-speed transmission. Silverado pros: 5.3-liter V8 and 6-speed transmission worked flawlessly for me. Vehicle lighting was the best out of any vehicle I've had. Very adequate power for towing, hauled trailers of hay near max every couple months. Interior material I found was good quality, and I only had cloth seats. MPG. I commuted mostly highway, and it did very well. 6.5-foot bed length. 4-wheel drive auto. I set it and forget it on a lot of days. Rear locker. I think this and the bumper steps are what I miss the most. Rear bumper pocket steps. Silverado cons. Paint quality. It seemed like if you looked at it crooked, it would scratch. I've spoken to family members and friends who own the same gen Silverados, and it's consistent across the board. I really don't have a lot of negative things to say about the truck, and had it been a crew cab, I would still have it. I needed the crew cab space for my daughter. The rear-facing car seat was squished behind the passenger and driver seats, and I didn't like the idea of it being placed in the middle, in the back of a double cab. My wife also frequently sits in the back with my daughter when we were traveling anywhere, and there was just not a whole lot of space for everything. When I sold the Silverado, I had just shy of 100,000 kilometers on it. The Tundra I purchased is a 2016 Crewmax SR5 TRD off-road. Obviously, it has the 5.7-liter iForce V8 with the 6-speed transmission. I actually purchased it while in the hospital after we just had my daughter. I'd stopped by the dealership and took it for a test drive. I found the engine note to be very noticeable coming from the Silverado. The 5.3-liter V8 is such a quiet engine in its stock configuration. I found it drove tight on the road, and the space was exactly what I was looking for. When I purchased the Tundra, it had about 80,000 kilometers on it. Tundra pros. SR5 packaging is great. I still have heated seats, cruise control, trailer brake control, and a lot of other options that you would need to filter through so many different packages on the Silverado. Engine exhaust note. Cabin space in the Crewmax. Rear sliding window is too cool. Tundra cons. There were so many more options for aftermarket rims available secondhand on Marketplace due to the common pattern in the other brands. The 5-lug was very limiting. The inability to get a longer bed in the Crewmax. Lighting. I felt even as a 2016, it should have better lighting, although the stock wasn't that bad. Lack of rear locker. I live on a steep hill, and in the Silverado, that was often all I needed to get up during some winter days. Whoever designed the tab system for the grill is a con. I really like the Tundra. I won't even complain about the mileage. I knew what I was buying when I got it. If I had to add some things to make it perfect, I would most definitely put a G80 in the rear, upgrade the lighting, bumper steps for the rear bumper, and maybe a little better resolution on the backup camera. Oh, and a new radio system. I don't find the stock unit great. Why did I choose the Tundra? I had looked at a few different brands of trucks when I knew I was going to have to get out of the Silverado. I even looked at an identical year, color, optioned out Silverado as mine that was a crew cab, but the owner did not take as good of care of the paint as I did in mine, and it just drove me nuts. New? I would buy another Silverado. I test drove a few F-150s and I thought they were nice, but just didn't feel right to me. I test drove a Ram, and although I liked the sound of it, I found it felt cheap. I seriously considered a Titan, and I still do really like the Titans. They drove great, sounded great, and had great options. In the end, I had wanted a Tacoma, but the rear cabin space was not much different, if at all, than the rear cabin space of the double cab Silverado. I ended up stumbling across the truck I have now, and then went and seen it. The resale value on these things were a big factor, as I tend to go through vehicles every 3 to 5 years. Okay, that was Josh's story on why he traded out of his Silverado for a Toyota Tundra. Couple great points in this video, and this is why I love when you guys write in about coming over from another brand or leaving the Tundra to go to another brand, is because everybody is a little bit different. Now, Josh point blank said if he was buying a new truck, he would have kept the Silverado. He actually likes the Silverado. Didn't really have a lot of problems with it. But the reason he came over to the Toyota Tundra was because he was buying something with a little mileage on it, and he knows of the reliability, and he knows great resale value in the Tundra. He also test drove a few of the other options out there, the competitors of the big three, and he found some issues here and there with each of them, and he ended up in the Tundra. It also sounds like he really likes the Titan, which I do as well. But yeah, that's Josh's story, so let us know what you think in the comments below. As always, if you have anything to say, if you are one of the folks that have switched brands and you want to tell about your story, please let us know. Doesn't matter what brand you're coming from. What he said in the end of his video also makes sense to what I said in the beginning of this one before I read his story, is it sounded like the Tundra wasn't really an option at first, but now that he's in the Tundra, he's happy with it. I love that. I love the fact that folks don't consider the Tundra because it's so low on the half-ton totem pole when you look at all the other options out there. But once they get into the Tundra, they absolutely love it. That is a common thing we hear from everyone. So let me know what you think in the comments below, of course. And like I said, send in your story if you have it, tundradude34@gmail.com. But until next time, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook at tundradude34, tundradude34@gmail.com. You guys have a great day. Be safe and be well.